Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. So just got back from the range. I wanted to have one last range trip before I head out for Texas coming up next week. So you guys have heard me mention that a couple of times on the live stream that I did most recently. I was talking about heading out to East Texas on Thursday, June 6th. Right now, that's the plan. Still locked in, no issues, nothing's changed with the guy. He's actually a co-worker of mine that owns a ranch out there, and he's invited me out a couple of times. And so I kind of reached out to him. Was like, hey, by the way, looks like I'm gonna have some time freed up first weekend in June. So we're making it happen, and super excited about heading out there to do a hog hunt, and also possibly coyote hunt. Just depends on what we have time for while I'm out there, because I'll only be there a couple of days. But I wanted to take the stuff that I had, worked up, some of the loads that I had worked up in 30 TC, 270 Winchester, 25-06, different things like that. I wanted to go test them at the range, just kind of more as a validation, and then choose what I'm going to take with me out there. So with that being said, we'll go to the targets. I'll show you guys what we're working with. So this is 3 shots with the 25-06. That is the Ruger M77. Working on that project for quite a while now. It's actually not my gun. It's a friend of mine. It's his, and was working on trying to identify a really good load. Ended up settling on, this is the 90 grain Hornady GMX, and this is actually with stay ball 6.5. So 49 grain stay ball 6.5. The SDs aren't the best in the world, but I shot a 5-shot group on the last range trip just to test out the load. I shot it, and it came in, it was like 1.22 inches, 5-shot group, at 100 yards. Not bad. That was definitely better performance than what I'd seen testing other bullets and other powder combinations in that rifle. So I wanted to come back, double check the 49 grain load, see what it was looking like, and yeah, that one looks pretty good. So I did ask him, since it's not my gun, I was like, hey, would it be possible if could I take the 25-06 with me to Texas? Would you mind? Of course, he did not mind at all. He was like, man, go drop a pig with it. That'd be awesome. So I'm thinking that's definitely, I'm thinking that's going to make the trip. I would really like to take one with that. I have the 95 grain Meguiar ballistics. I had loaded up. I've got like 15 of those loaded up as well. They don't shoot as good. Maybe if I would have tested them with stay ball 6.5, might have had similar performance to this, but I was testing a different powder, and I just loaded some up. That's this 3-shot group here. Now that was my point of aim. So point of aim, point of impact, you can tell we're 2 inches to the right, 2 inches high, which is I'm not a huge fan of that, right? Because I could make a scope adjustment left more than likely a little bit, try to maybe meet in the middle somewhere between the two loads. I'd really like to kill a pig with that Meguiar ballistics load though. Down here, these 3, that's a 270 Winchester load. That was with the Federal Prime Brass and H4831 shortcut. I didn't really put a lot of time and effort into that load. I just found something that shot, what is this, 1.5 inches? It's gonna be plenty good, and I only had 5 left anyway, and so I just shot 3 to see where I was hitting relative to point of aim. So I'm basically 1 inch high, slightly to the left. Depends on if I put more rounds in this group, right? Maybe a little bit over here to the left, which is fine. So I've got 2 left. I think I might take the 270 Winchester just because of that. I've only got a couple rounds. I go kill something with 1 or 2 of those rounds, and then I'm done with that load and I can move on to something else. So, but that's the 128 grain copper rose hollow point from Meguiar ballistics. So again, you're picking up on a theme here. I would really like to kill a pig with these Meguiar ballistics bullets. And then really the last option that I'm kind of focused on and looking at taking is the 30 TC. And these are 2 different bullets in the 30 TC with the exact same charge weight. So this is IMR 4895. This is 45 grains. Now, if you will recall, I shot a half-inch 5-shot group with 45 grains of IMR 4895 and the Meguiar Ballistics 168 grain Copper Rose hollow point bullet. All right. Now that is the bullet that I used to kill the 9-point whitetail this past season, and it performed exceptionally well. So that's one of the reasons why I like that combination. And I was wanting to take the 30 TC to test that out again on a pig, which would be nice. That is this load here. So this load shot so it shot, that's a 5-shot group. Okay, right here, these are 5 all together. Even though it looks like 3 bullet holes, that's 5 shots. So that was that 45 grain load. I just shot it again. I did make a scope adjustment. I came up just slightly, just like 1 or 2 clicks, I believe. So yeah. So there's that, essentially retesting. That was with the 168 grain Meguiar Ballistics, but it's not the hollow point version. All right, so these are some that, what do I do with them? These guys. Sam sent me these just to, he had run a new lot of these 308 bullets and just wanted to send them to me to test them out, and said that the profile is exactly the same as the hollow point. It's just you don't have that hollow point, right? So he was like, you can literally just load these exactly, whatever shoots well for the hollow point, you can load these exactly the same, and it should be same point of impact, right? Which looks to be the case, right? Now, for some reason, you know, who knows what, but didn't necessarily stack them in there. It's like it wanted to, you know, almost identical, right? Put 3, and then it put 4 right there. We dropped 1 here, had 2 down here, but that's, again, I'm gonna make a scope adjustment up. That's gonna be plenty good for hogs or coyotes out in Texas, so, and even to deer hunt with. I think this is just gonna be my hunting load. I'm gonna load up, you know, maybe 30 or 40 of those hollow points, and call it a day with 45 grains of IMR 4895. That's good stuff. Now I am giving up some velocity over the hunting load that I had been using, which was, I think it was like 46.9 grains of Shooter's World Match Rifle. Now that I was getting around 2830 to 2840 feet per second. With IMR 4895, I'm down around, it's like just north of 2700. So I'm giving up around 120 to 130 feet per second. But again, the distances that I shoot, that's not gonna make a difference. So I'm fine with that. I like the way this is performing. So I'm just gonna load a bunch up, and that'll be my hunting load for this upcoming deer season. So that's probably what I'll take to Kentucky. Yeah, more than likely. So there you go. That's it, that's all. What do you guys think? What would you take if you go on a hog hunt to Texas? What would you be loading up in the vehicle? Would it be something like an AR? You guys let me know. So, all right, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next time.